Good evening, room 207. I am here with my prop Rossi, and we are going to read you one chapter of Crenshaw by Catherine Applegate. And Crenshaw is a book about an imaginary cat. And Rossi is my prop. Let's see how long he'll stay. So for this lesson, we are going to be, or this read aloud mini lesson, we are going to practice how to visualize when we read. And here's the I can statement. I can make pictures in my mind as I read. Okay, and that's what visualizing is. All right, let's read it one more time. I can make pictures in my mind as I read. Okay, and that means you're visualizing what is happening in the story. Okay, Crenshaw. So now this is the beginning of this book. I started this book at the beginning of the school year, some of you might remember, and then I abandoned it because sometimes we do that. And I'm picking it up now because I happen to have a copy at home, and it's one of my favorite stories. Crenshaw by Catherine Applegate. Part 1. A door is to open. Okay, and if I'm visualizing, I am thinking of a door, and I'm watching it in my mind opening. A hole is to dig. The first book of definitions. And that's the preface. So that's probably something that's going to be important in the story. Are you ready to leave? But you're my prop. Are you listening? Sometimes it's fun to read to my cat. 1. I noticed several weird things about the surfboarding cat. Thing number 1, he was a surfboarding cat. Thing number 2, he was wearing a t-shirt. It said, cats rule, dogs drool. Thing number 3, he was holding a closed umbrella, like he was worried about getting wet, which, when you think about it, is kind of not the point of surfing. Thing number 4, no one else on the beach seemed to see him. He grabbed a good wave and his ride was smooth, but as the cat neared the shore, he made the mistake of opening his umbrella. A gust of wind yanked him into the sky. He missed a seagull by seconds. I'm going to visualize that in my mind, and I'm going to see a cat wearing a t-shirt, surfing, opening an umbrella. Okay, I'm going to have you practice in a second. Even the gull didn't seem to notice him. The cat floated over me like a furry balloon. Okay, your turn to visualize. Okay, I'm going to keep going. It looked straight up. He looked straight down. He waved. His coat was black and white, penguin style. He looked like he was heading somewhere fancy in a hairy tuxedo. He also looked awfully familiar. Crenshaw, I whispered. I glanced around me. I saw sandcastle builders and frisbee tossers and crab chasers. But I didn't see anyone looking at the floating, umbrella-toting surfer cat in the sky. I squeezed my eyes shut and counted to 10, slowly. 10 seconds seemed like the right amount of time for me to stop being crazy. I felt a little crazy, but that happens sometimes when I'm hungry. I hadn't eaten since breakfast. When I opened my eyes, I sighed with relief. The cat was gone. The sky was endless and empty. Whop! Inches from my toes, the umbrella landed in the sand like a giant dart. That's another good visualizing you can do right there. Giant dart in the sand. It was red and yellow, plastic, decorated with pictures of tiny smiling mice. On the handle, printed in crayon, were the words, "This bumper chute belongs to Crenshaw." I closed my eyes again. I counted to 10. I opened my eyes and the umbrella, or the bumper chute, or whatever it was, had vanished, just like the cat. It was late June, nice and warm, but I shivered. I felt the way you do the instant before you leap into the deep end of a pool. You're on the way to somewhere else. You're not there yet, but then you know there's no turning back. And that's where we end. And tomorrow I'll read chapter 2 of part 1. Okay, remember, you can visualize too while you're reading your leveled books for 20 minutes a day. I want you to practice that visualizing. Okay, all right. Say goodnight to Rossi. Rossi, come here. Rossi, Roo! Let's say goodnight to the kids. Say bye, Rossi. He looks a little like Crenshaw, doesn't he?